understanding polynomials. Okay, a polynomial in X is an expression that contains a certain number of terms of the form ax to the power of n. A must be a whole number, a real number, sorry, and n must be a whole number. So, an example of a polynomial in X will be 2x. Because 2 is a real number, and the exponent here will be 1, and it is a whole number. Another example can be 1/3x minus 4x plus x squared. Because 1/3 is a real number, fractions are real numbers, and the exponent here will be 1. 4 is also a real number, and the exponent here will also be 1. And the number here will be 1, and it is a real number, and the exponent is 2, and it is a whole number. Okay. Polynomials are written in a descending order of the exponents of the variables. So, I'm going to show you an example. X to the power of 4 plus 4x squared minus 6x plus 3. So, here the exponent of the variable is 4. Here the exponent of the variable is 2. Here the exponent is 1, and the degree of numbers is 0, because they can also be written as 3x to the power of 0. So that's why this polynomial is written in descending order. Okay. And so I just talked to you about polynomials in X because they contained just one variable, and that variable was an x. But polynomials can be in more than 2 variables. For example, 3xy plus 2 is a polynomial in 2 variables, a polynomial in x and y. Okay, polynomials have certain names. Polynomials are made up of many terms. So, a polynomial that has just one term is called a monomial. For example, 4x or minus 6x to the power of 2 or 8. Those are monomials. Polynomials that contain 2 terms are called binomials. For example, x plus 5, x squared minus 6, or 4y squared minus 5y. All of these contain 2 terms. A trinomial is a polynomial that contains 3 terms. For example, x squared minus 2x plus 3, or 3z squared minus 6z plus 7. There are 1, 2, and 3 terms, and here 1, 2, 3 terms. Those are trinomials. And there is another type of polynomial that contains 4 or more terms, and there is not a specific name for each one of them, but they are called polynomials because they have 4 or more terms. For example, 4x squared plus x cubed minus 5x plus 3. This is a polynomial because it has 1, 2, 3, and 4 terms. The terms are separated by adding and subtracting signs. Okay, now we are going to talk about degrees. So, the term of a polynomial in one variable, such as the 4x to the power of 2, the degree of this monomial is the exponent of the variable. So the degree of this monomial will be 2. But in terms of polynomials in 2 or more variables, the degree is the sum of their exponents of the variables. For example, in 5x to the power of 3, y to the power of 5, z to the power of 6, the degree of this monomial will be the sum of the exponents of all the variables. So 3 plus 5 plus 6 is 14. So the degree of this polynomial will be 14. And the degree of a polynomial is the highest degree of a term. So in this polynomial, 5a to the power of 4 plus x to the power of 5, y to the power of 5 minus 6x. Okay, so let's find the degree of each term. Here we have just one variable, so the degree will be the exponent of that variable. So the degree of this monomial is 4. Here there are 2 variables, and the exponents are 5 and 5. So we add them, and the degree of this monomial will be 10. And here the exponent of this variable is 1, so the degree of this term is 1. So we say that the degree of this polynomial is 10 because it's the highest degree of one of its terms. Okay, so we are going to do some exercises applying polynomials into geometry. So we have a square and one of its sides measures 2x plus x to the power of 2 plus 5. So we know that if this is a square, all of its sides have the same measurement. So we want to find the perimeter of this square. And what we have to do is to add all of the sides of the square, or just multiply this by 4. 4 times 2x plus x to the plus 5. And here we apply the distributive law. So 4 times 2x is 8x plus, we put the same sign because here there is also a plus, and plus by plus is plus. So 4 times x to the power of 2 is 4x to the power of 2. We put the plus sign, and 4 times 5 is 20. So we have the answer. But I just told you that polynomials are written in descending order. So we are going to write this polynomial in descending order so that the answer will be correct. So the degree of this monomial will be 1 because the exponent of x is 1. The degree of this term will be 2, and numbers have a degree of 0. So we can write this polynomial like this: 4x to the power of 2 plus 8x plus 20. And now we have the answer for the perimeter of this square. Okay, let's make another exercise, but with a triangle. So this is an equilateral triangle. All of its sides have the same measurement. And one of its sides measures +1. Okay, so as this is an equilateral triangle, all of its sides have the same measurement. And it has 3 sides, so we can multiply this by 3 or just add this 3 times. So 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 1. And we apply the distributive law, so 3 times x squared is 3x squared plus 3 times 3x, 9x, and 3 times 1, 3. Now let's check if this polynomial is written in descending order. So the degree of this term is 2. The degree of this term is 1. And the degree of this